Well, we're staying with Greece, and fears that a Greek exit has caused more businesses to think twice about doing business with companies there. So how has this affected Greek exporters? One of Europe's largest companies and a lift manufacturer, one of Greece's, as I say, largest companies, KLEEMANN, is in London this week to announce plans to launch the company's UK subsidiary. We're joined now by George Moschovakis, thank you very much, who is International Director of KLEEMANNLIFTS. Thank you for that. So, how is your business currently being affected by the Eurozone crisis?
Well, we see our business being affected, obviously, in Greece and in other countries down south of Europe, where you have a slowdown, for example, in Italy and Spain. But at the same time, we see our business growing in areas like, for example, England. That's why we made the investment here. We grew by 61%. Last year, we have been growing in Germany, for example, for over 40%. And we see our business growing in areas like, for example, the Middle East or former USSR countries. So overall, we still stay on the positive side.
OK, so that's the sales side. But if you need to borrow money, is that being made more difficult for you because you're based in Greece or not? Well,
yeah. Well, in Greece, that might be an issue. However, we do have very good relations with the international banks as well. So we're still in a position to have good funding from abroad.
Now, here's the big question. Everybody's talking about the possibility of Greece leaving the euro. Have you thought about how that would affect your business, and more particularly the balance sheet? So how you structure your debts and so on?
Yeah. First of all, Greece leaving the Eurozone, I think the implications are very difficult for anybody to describe right now. And we as KLEEMANN would like to see Greece leaving.
You don't want to see that?
Yeah, no, we don't want to see that, something like that happening. However, we are a company operating in 76 countries, so we do have to have plans about that. And as I said, I mentioned before about our possibility of raising funding from abroad. That's one. And then we have established companies outside Greece, namely in Serbia and in China, just outside,
outside Greece. So, but if you have debts, for example, that are denominated in euros, and
just
suddenly they
Shanghai.
Okay, just outside Shanghai in China.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you had debts though that were denominated at the moment in euros, and then they were denominated in drachma, that's a really complicated thing to understand, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed. But as I said, we need to make sure that we go through the turbulence period for some time and make sure that we will operate in as smooth as possibly. And ourselves being abroad and being in Serbia and in China will help us do that, achieve that.
Just your personal experience about what Greece is going through at the moment. How traumatic is it from the position that you're standing?
Well, it's not easy. And it's not easy for us, it's not easy for the people. However, now we have a new government, and this brings political stability, which is really important. Well,
you hope so, but it hasn't been a good start, has it? The finance minister's been replaced and so on.
Well, that was due to health issues, indeed. But we feel that we need to take, of course, some reforms, and some of them would be painful, really. But we have to do that in order to go back to the growth path again.
But you think that Greece will stay within the euro?
Well, I surely hope so, and I believe that. I believe most business do that. KLEEMANN believes that. Most other business do that, and most Greek people believe that as well. And we are working for that.
George Moschovakis, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much indeed.
18 years since the